Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Ormark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And I just wanted to come on today to say that I have just received my delivery of the Craft and Carry the Stamparatus Bag. So I thought I would do a bit of an unwrapping and go through it together so we can see exactly what it is and whether it is something that is going to be useful for anybody that has got the Stamparatus. So, comes in a plastic bag. Let's get it out here. And the first thing that strikes me is that it is a really thick, sturdy canvas cotton. Now I was expecting it to be slightly shiny, but actually it's nicer than I thought it was, because it is a really, I don't know whether you can see how thick. Let's have a look. This is a little press stud, yes. That thickness, that's really thick canvas. Which is lovely. That's something that it actually feels a lot nicer than, as I say, the pictures never do things justice, and you always think, ooh. And the colour is Night of Navy, which, as I say, is lovely. So you've got our logo on there, and that's quite a nice little touch. It's actually got a peel off little sticker. I'm not going to take that off now, to ensure that it doesn't get scratched. So so it's absolutely lovely, and obviously the Stampin' Up logo on it. And again, this is quite thick, solid metal on there, so that's nice. There's a little tab on this side. We'll find out what that's for. And so, as I say, there's a big pocket in here, which, let me turn it that way so you can sort of see, fits the whole of my hand in. So let's see what we can, I'm just going to grab an ink pad. Yes, an ink pad would go in there quite nice. In fact, you'd get, let me have a look and find some new ink pads so I can have a look at that. You could get one, two ink pads in like that quite easily. And let me, I'm going to have to stand up for this. Let me get a large punch. This is an old punch, but it's the first one I grabbed. Okay, so you can fit quite nicely in there a punch and two ink pads easily. And that still stays relatively flat. I won't stand it up because obviously you can't see it standing up, but that gives you an idea of what we can put inside it. Okay, so handles. Yes, sturdy handles. They're actually stitched inside here, which is quite nice. So so it makes it quite sort of seamless. And oh, that's quite good. The handles are actually stitched. The stitching runs on the outside of the handle rather than on the inside. So when you carry it, the seam's not going to dig into your hand. That's quite a clever touch, actually. Yeah, very smart. Okay, so let's open it up. I'm hoping that you can see all of this. I'm just going to have a quick look to see. Can you see? Yeah, I'll do sort of one side at a time, I think. Okay. So we have, we've got a handle inside. Okay, is it stretchy? No, it's, this is sort of slightly, it's not cotton, I don't think. It's more of sort of a nylon weave on there, but obviously done to make it quite strong. There's a padded shoulder bit for carrying it. You can... Yep, you can make it longer or shorter depending how tall or short you are, or how whether you want to carry it underneath your arm or whether you want to carry it sort of down sort of at bottom thigh height. I carry my bag fairly high, but that looks as if it can shorten. We'll have a go on that later on. Little clips on here. Are these just... Yep, they're just straightforward openers, and they're smooth as well at the side, so this bit isn't going to go out. So that's quite a nice little touch. It's going to be quite secure, and they swivel round completely. So again, that's good. They're not going to get tangled up when you've got the bag on you. Okay, so we'll come back to that. Let me put that out of the way. Right, so the left hand side of it, let's move my little bits out of the way. You've got one pocket, two pockets, and this is slightly again a sort of a nylon-y type, sort of shiny type bit. So let me get my Stamparatus out as it is. So that's it with one pad on. So let's see if it will fit in. It's quite nice actually being shiny because it's not going to rub when it moves. So if I put this on here, okay, let's do it. I maybe should have done it without that grip bit on that side. Let me turn it round that way, maybe will be easier. So I'm doing that with one plate on, like this. Okay, that fits in there, and let me take my other plate because I'm going to put that little plate to see if that'll fit in there. Yes, it will. Okay, so you can get the whole of your Stamparatus with your second plate on top, and this shiny stuff stops it sort of scratching together. So let me, I'm going to turn it back to see if you can then get, so let's turn it round that way again. Okay, so can you now fit, oh, let me undo it first. There's me going like, oh no, you can't fit much in there. Okay, let's do it that way. Can you then fit, you could fit your punch or a large size punch in there. You wouldn't be able to shut your pocket, understandably. What about ink pads? Yeah, you're not going, well, are you going to be able to shut it? Yeah, probably. Let me just have a look on the other side. So these are two ink pads. Yes, you can, and it's closed as well. So you can get your Stamparatus in there with the two plates, so everything that it comes with on that one side, and you've still got enough room to get two ink pads because it's fairly flat, and to be able to shut the popper piece. So let's take those out. Obviously our new ink pads are slightly narrower, so they would fit better, but obviously a lot of us still carry the old ink pads, and if we're going away crafting or we're going to do classes and things, it's quite good to have that in there. Again, if you have a small craft area and you want to keep everything sort of neat and tidy, works actually quite well. Okay, so let's have a look at the other side of this. So we've got the Stamparatus in that side at the moment. Okay, so this is a piece of sort of elastic on here, and it's got a Velcro pull. So let's pull that Velcro. Okay, it's quite tough Velcro. And so what's, oh, okay, there's another pocket in, oh, okay, right. Difference between this pocket and the other pocket. This pocket, and I don't know whether you can see, has actually got a piece of foam inside. So that foam, yes, this side doesn't have any foam. So this side is just the two pieces of the material put together. This side has a very thin layer of foam, which is quite good. So let's try it the other way round then. Let's take the plate out. Now I know you can get all the accessories and other bits and pieces, so I've probably put it in the wrong place. Let's try it in this one. So you can have your Stamparatus with the one plate on it and the foam mat, exactly as I would sort of have it ready to use. That then comes out on there and fits over the top. Okay, so that secures it fairly well. It does fit in quite nicely. A little bit of the top showing, but will it slide in any further? that's about it on there, but you wouldn't necessarily want it to be any more. And as I say, you can, I'm trying to sort of press it to show you. This has actually got a little bit of foam in there, so it keeps it secure. So on the other side, you would possibly put, let's slide that down again, put your plates in on here. So you can get, obviously, one plate in there quite nicely. You could get the other plate in there. You can get your grid paper and things like that. So I'm going to close it up again. So let's bring it round like this onto, and this is the back side. There's two zips, so there's a zip on either side. So you can just zip it up. I know I like to have my zips at the top like this. So I'm holding it up this way, but I like to have my zips at the top. Because then again, I suppose you could, can you lock them? No, there isn't a hole in there. But you can have them at the top or the side or however you want them to go. There's nice little detail on there. You've got Stampin' Up logo on both sides. So let me put it down again so you can see. On both sides of these tabs has got the Stampin' Up logo on both of them, on the pulls. So this back side, there's no pockets or anything in there, but again, the handle is nicely, I do like that touch. The handle's put in with the stitching on the outside, so as I say, it doesn't pull on your hands when you're holding it. So, and there's the other little tag to hold the strap on. Now that's quite interesting. It's on this side, so it's there on that side. Flip it over, and it's on the other side, so that you've got it going from one side to the other, which is quite nice. And again, I'm just going to see, so I've got my Stamparatus in there, and I've got my plate. I haven't bought the accessories and things at the moment, so if you've got all the accessories and things, let's see what else we can get in there. So this is it's a little sort of magnetic tie. Again, it's relatively strong. It might pull away a little bit over time, but it does look as if it's caught with a couple of stitches as well, which is quite nice. So now we've got everything in there. Yes, you can fit an ink pad in there. Can you fit a punch? A large punch? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. As I say, you can't do up the popper, but if you're carrying it upright, you could take a punch, and you could take, let's see the two new ink pads. You could fit two ink pads in there quite comfortably. Let's see with the smaller. I'm going to have a look and see. I'm standing up while I'm doing this because, as I say, I'm literally doing it as we're talking. So let's look at two medium-sized punch. So we've got the leaf and the bulb builder. So let's pop that in there. Can you get two punches? Yes, you can. You can get two punches quite easily. And the weight's not too heavy. And it does, you know, yes, it's going to stick out a little bit on that side. I hope you can see that. You can't get the press stud closed. But again, it's quite good for carrying a small craft kit away with you, rather than having it all sort of all over the place. Now, you could put in here some scissors and bits and pieces like that. I mean, basically, you can put whatever you want. So let's have a look at this strap. So the strap, again, I don't know whether you can see on this. As I say, this is really nice canvas cotton. I love the feel of this. It feels absolutely beautiful. And I've just noticed as well, the inside of this pocket as well, let me pull that away, has it got foam in it? No, it hasn't. It's just, well, this canvas is so thick it feels as if it's got foam in it, but that piece hasn't. So let's have a look at this strap. So you just literally clip on the strap this way. Does it fit in easily? Yes. Okay, and then it comes over the top and goes in on the opposite side like that. So you can then have that in. And as I say, this is quite nice because it's got a swivel on it. And yes, you've got a good amount of strap on it, whether you want to carry it by the handle or the strap, so that's quite nice. Would I have the strap on it all the time? I don't know. I might actually, if I was just storing it, I might just tuck the strap in. Let's see if I can do that. Tuck the strap just in there like that. If I wasn't carrying anything else around, I would probably just tuck the strap in like that so I could just hold it by the handle. So the Stamparatus bag, do we need it? Do we need to have one? Why would we have everything in a bag? Well, for me, I do, as you know, I work in an old people's day centre, and I do classes there every week, and I have to, no, that's not a very good idea, put it there. I have to take quite a few bits and pieces, and I tell you what, I put them in all sorts of things, from supermarket, big shopping carrier bags, to boxes, to all sorts of things. So to be quite honest, to be able to take my Stamparatus with me in a nice bag rather than in that, you know, the box that it came from. I've still got the box it came from. You know, that's what I've been carrying it in. So it looks a lot nicer. What I would say as well is that it will keep it beautiful, dust-free, and it's a really nice bag. It's not overly expensive. And I think that anybody who has got the Stamparatus, this really is lovely. Again, I'm going away for Christmas for a few days. It's nice to be able to put a few bits and pieces in here. Your Stamparatus. Oh, that's something I haven't tried. Okay, this is an ink. I know it's got my Stampin' scrubbing, but this is a case. Will that go in? Yes, now that's interesting. So you could take a stamp set, and you could take, will we get two in on here? Let's put one in that way, and will it? Yeah. Okay, so you can take a stamp set, 2 ink pads, and can we get a block in there? Yes. And a block. And your Stamparatus. Yeah, if you like to go away just for a weekend or whatever and don't want to take too much crafting supplies with you, you can get quite a bit in here. So I just wanted to, as I say, come on, I've probably waffled on for quite a bit, but I wanted to unpack it in real time with you so you could see exactly how it comes, what it's like, and would I recommend it? Yes, I would. I really like it, and in fact, because I know that there's a tote bag as well, which I haven't got because I wanted to see the quality of this first. The tote bag matches this perfectly. And if it's the same quality of really sturdy canvas cotton, it's something I would definitely get. So thank you so much for coming on, and I hope it's been useful for you. Look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.